Havill State University Athletic Department. We're back here in the Waco Center, down here in the office of Pioneer Media, for another segment of the Coaches Show. And our guest on this session is Assistant Volleyball Coach Renn Havill. Coach, thank you for joining us here today.
Nice to be here, yeah.
Coach John's a little under the weather today on this election day, and we're here to talk about a lot of volleyball. Last week, a couple big wins to seal the playoff spot. Of course, whenever Wesleyan clinched it, and then the win on Friday night, on senior night, got it back to a 500 regular season.
Right.
16-16, big jump. Most wins the program has had in 22 years. You can speak to those two matches last week, Wesleyan and Concord.
The Wesleyan game was really big for us. I know that we had some tension leading up to that game, knowing the 5-set match before and some preseason matchups with that team. That's a pretty evenly matched team with us, and you never really know what you're going to get with Wesleyan, and that they've been a really tough competitor in every team they've played. They're kind of similar to us. They play up to every opponent, and they play equally to people that are near them. So definitely a good team, and they recruited really well. So we were excited for that. I know that we came out pretty nervous in the beginning, and then we stepped on the gas a little bit towards the end. And then the 5th set with that ace was incredible. That was awesome. That was the first time I've cried in a even when my team went to nationals when I was a player, I was so invested in that set, and I was excited, and I thought everybody did all the things that they needed to do in that match.
Down, I think it was 11-7, 11-8, now scored them 8-1 down the stretch.
Yep.
Take that one in that 5th set.
There was a couple key players. I know everybody was invested, but there was definitely a feeling from some people where they were just going to do anything that it took to win that match, and I knew everybody was invested in that. So.
Well, then coming back here home for the senior night, nice crowd at the faculty row. Big shout out to them.
Right, that was awesome.
Party they threw up in the vantage box and provided food for the folks afterward. But they, Concord came to play, and we were down that first set, pulled out at the end. And then the second set was just trading punches, ended up 33-31.
Right.
and finally just had to weather the storm. But that was a very competitive Friday night match.
Well, we knew we had a lot of fans, so we were trying to get them excited in the second. It seemed like that. Concord played the best that I've seen them play in a long time. They had that big upset over D&E recently, and then their outside hitter just went off in that game in the second. And the receive was pretty locked down. So it was a fun game. I was really excited about it in general.
Our kids really had to make some plays to save that second set.
Yeah, that was a good game for us. There's been a couple matches where we've been up, we lost it in the end, and there was kind of a feeling like we'll get them next set, we'll get the next set, we'll roll over into the next one. And in that match, I just felt like we were ready to win it no matter what.
So now going down to Charleston for the Mountain East tournament. First time in 10-year history of the Mountain East Conference that the Pioneers will be playing in that tournament. Going in as the 8th seed, drew number 1 seed, Wheeling. Yeah. And not just, one of the great programs in volleyball, but it's one of the iconic programs in all sports in the Mountain East. Coach Benner, legend, has a national championship on her resume, several Final Four appearances. Just to playing in this tournament against, that coach and that team, just, what it means for our program to be taking that step.
Well, the last time we played Wheeling, it was a fantastic match. We played really loose, super excited. We were just excited to play against one of the best teams in the country. And I know we feel the same way going into that. And then in terms of making it into the tournament for the first time in MEC history for us, that's definitely not lost on any of the athletes. They know what they're playing for. They want to play for their families back home, the community that's supporting them, everyone that's come to the matches. We have a lot of love here on campus, and all the athletes are definitely appreciative of that, so we're playing for all those people.
Yeah, and about we spoke about not just getting to play Wheeling and going here right now, but to have this many wins, the most since back in 2000, the historical significance of taking this step and what's been accomplished this year. Is that, a lot of these ladies weren't even born back then, but being able to grasp the historical significance of the needle being moved like it has been moved this year.
We've definitely talked about it throughout the season. We're kind of towing this line where we want them to know how important it is, but we don't want to put all the weight of it on the program and on these ladies. But I think they're really proud of what they've done. There's only a couple of matches where we felt like we could have put a little bit more into the match, but overall, I think we all can look back on the season and be really happy with what we did and what we accomplished, especially with, we have a lot of good athletes and a lot of good, on paper talent, but we didn't have a ton of chemistry in the beginning of the season because we were so young and it was a lot of new people on the team, old styles mixing with new styles, and a lot of people that were playing positions, different than what they had been playing. You have Zoe, who played 6 rotation middle in college prior. She's been jumping in and out of middle, a libero candidate, and now she's an outside hitter now. Rita was flipping from outside right side. So there's a lot of people who were just going to do whatever it took to make the program progress, and I feel like that we've definitely made huge strides.
And I know you had mentioned prior to us coming on the air, about several young ladies are ranked, not just in the Mountain East, but nationally.
Right.
Can you speak to some of that, just statistically, so there's some tremendous individual numbers being put up.
Right. Within the conference, I know Nelena is 5th for blocks per set and 10th in total blocks, which is fantastic for a freshman middle, especially considering she was absent from 4 or 5 matches throughout the season due to some ankle injuries and sicknesses. So it's amazing that she was still able to accomplish that. Pretty much right at the end, she got locked into that 10th spot. Granger is 6th in the conference for assists per set, so that's incredible, especially since we were flipping between a 5-1, a 6-2 all throughout the season. So she's definitely should be proud of that. Kasha is ranked nationally. She's in the 20s for total kills, and within the conference, she's top 10 for aces per set and assists, or total attacks, and for kills. And Lindsay is, I think, 6th right now, 6th or 9th. She's top 10 for digs per set. So you really can't have a better result in terms of where we came from to where we are now, being nationally ranked in all the things that really matter to us, serving, opponent hitting percentage, all of those things that we really hang our hat on. It's incredible.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're real excited for this week, and next week we'll be getting back together to talk about, that Mountain East Conference tournament experience down there in the capital city, my hometown. Be looking forward to being down there Thursday. You can see some volleyball, see some family too. So, but anyway, we wish you all the best of luck going down there.
Thank you.
We're very proud of the young ladies, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you all for joining us out there. We will see you next week on another edition of the Coach's Show.